Charlie, welcome to Transfer Business and News with Ordained Crown Prince of Ghana and Poku-Hitzfield. Today is 30th August 2023, our year of grace, our year of power, and our year of abundance for you and I. This system will make sure that there won't be any Africans sleeping on the roadside. There won't be any. It is you and I, our duties, to make sure we don't see our brothers in pain. And when we work in unison, over 1.5 billion black people with a median age of 19 years, do you know what you and I can achieve as black people? So I'm sending love from Accra, Ghana, the Ordained Crown Prince of Ghana, sending in love to my brothers across Africa, this beautiful continent, from Algiers to Pretoria, from the horns of Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, to Dakar, Senegal, Gambia. There is news on Gambia. But let us talk about the Chalewote Festival. Of course, I was there. The Chalewote Festival is the festival I love to go out because I'm always working with writing AIs and software patterns for the Pan-African system, right?
Look what you dance. What are you doing?
So I was at a Chalewote Festival and I had fun. I was there with my nieces and my nephew and a few friends, and I was so much happy. But then, as the Ordained Crown Prince of Ghana, when I go out to Ghana, I look at the things in Ghana. And when I went to the stadium, I was there some years back doing an assignment for the Kingdom for Jehovah's Witnesses at that same stadium a very long time ago. And I was looking at the stadium rusting, and I began to feel some way. Then I headed to the 3 veterans that were killed in Osu, Sergeant Adjetey, Corporal Attipoe, and Private Odartey Lamptey. When they were marching peacefully, they were killed at the Christianborg Castle Crossroads. And this is a history of Ghana. But then nothing from the tourism sector was to show that history of Ghana. Is this what we do to our own people? Even if we die for our country, our own people, you and I did this, and we need to change that consciously, knowing that when you respect your brother, it means you are empowering yourself. Marcus Garvey once said that a race that doesn't respect each other automatically forfeits the respect of other races. This is the time to unite Africa. The Pan-African system is changing. I said the name Africa, we have suffered enough. Africa, the name has been beaten. It has been colonized. We are going back to when we were kings and queens. Kemet, the kingdom of Al-Kebula, when we were kings and queens. And we are bringing the same systems. Trust me, there won't be a hungry person in Africa under Pan-Africanism. That is the same system Muammar Gaddafi used in developing Libya. That is why he was killed for it. But this time around, it is going everywhere across Africa. You and I, in you and I, our lifetimes, consciously, we know that we don't need to fight against each other. I've been telling France that if they don't know, if they step foot in Africa with their soldiers, they have declared war on the youth of Africa. And we will remember this war forever because we keep telling you to stay in your continent. We don't need you meddling in our affairs. As a matter of fact, if you have been a friend of somebody for 563 years, right? And the person keeps hurting you all the time. Everything the person does to you is hurting you. Why should you be friends with such people? So our energies towards the West is what we are removing. As a matter of fact, what we will do is make sure every country that sat in the 1845 conference in Berlin, dividing Africa, we will remove all of them, their embassies from Al-Kebula. They don't deserve our friendship. The cause and effect law needs to apply so that going forward, others will respect us as Africans. France will become cold. I said in just 77 years, nature is cleaning itself of the recessive gene. And I'm telling enlightened white people that you need to start coming to the black side. Come for the melanin. Because the number of white people that are about to die for not having melanin in their skin will skyrocket. Because they are poking the hand of God, the eye of God. You are looking at a God. If you're a black man and you stand in the mirror, you are the perfect epitome of who God is. Don't give your power away. Grow spiritually. Connect to your ancestors. Now go and follow my 30-day video on YouTube. Go and watch that video. Move into the fifth dimension in consciousness and come and let us build an Africa. An Africa full of grace. An Africa full of abundance. An Africa full of love. 3 veteran soldiers were killed. And when I went to the Black Star Square, right, the Independence Square, the roofs of the place was in tatters. And where President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo often sits, that side, the whole structure is in chaos. The roofs, nothing is working in Ghana. And I stood up there and looked at the seashore, and even that place, as the ordained crown prince of Ghana, when I see these things, Pan-Africanism, this won't happen under Pan-Africanism. My brothers, we need to be responsible for our actions going forward. Other than that, this continent will never develop. I said, those of you that were at the Chalewote festival, when you went into the stands and sat there, did you look up? But this is the same avenue that when we claim independence, we go and stand there. How can we allow a monument like this to be in tatters? And then, as I said, I went to where they buried Sergeant Adjetey, Corporal Attipoe, and Private Odartey Lamptey. And the whole place, there was weeds around it. And I'm like, this is Chalewote Festival. These people died for Ghana. These people need to be celebrated. As a matter of fact, every child in Ghana needs to know these 3 people. But then you throw your own people away. Then I tried to look through Ghana, and I saw my father, Honorable Kennedy Attipoe, on phone, yabbling, angry at Baomia or whoever he was speaking with.
President Akufo, member will show down. Vice President, member will show down. So, Mama chasing me agent. I'm not going to shut them. What do you embassy? What do you embassy? Yes. My challenge the President Akufo anytime. Show down in this country. President Akufo, member will show down. Vice President, member will show down. So, Mama chasing me agent. I'm not going to shut them. What do you embassy? What do you embassy? Yes.
And I'm like, you see, this is what they want us to keep doing all the time. Democracy is gone in Africa because it divides Africans. Religion divides us. The more we are divided, right, the more France can say that I will leave Africa. I said by the close of 2023, France, Germany, I said any country that participated in dividing Africa in that conference in Berlin, organized by Otto von Bismarck and that idiot of a man, King Leopold, who will be worshipped in Belgium, not knowing the atrocities of what the king did in Africa. So then we have people like Cecil John Rhodes, another murderer, another racist, having scholarships for black children in Southern Africa. And I'm looking at this. Meanwhile, our legends, our fathers, our people that fought and put their lives like the Patrice Lumimbas, don't have scholarships in Africa. So in Pan-African system, consciously, you and I, my brothers, this continent, the same energies you use to cross the Mediterranean, people are willing to die to be the servant of the white man. Come and let's fight for our continent. And I am glad that Gabon, I said what you see, right? No African, no human, not even Obonkume and Bediako-Poku can stop this revolution, because this revolution is written with nature. Nature is cleaning itself of the recessive gene. Nature is fed up with the atrocities committed yearly by people like the United States and Europe. Nature is fed up with them. Now people think, oh, come on. Do you know what we can do as black people? We can just wake up at 12 a.m. dawn, right? Let us stand on the seashore. Let us hold each other. And let us just imagine in our third eye, in our mind's eye, that France is burning. And this is nothing in the cosmos. When a black man wants to change something in the cosmos and in quantum, it is easy. We respect nature and we respect polarity, black people, white people. We never knew they put systems like this on us to enslave us, to divide us, and they paint themselves as the moral high ground people. Meanwhile, all the atrocities in the world were committed not by my people, but by the people that look like the Jesus you brought. We have divided ourselves too much. That is why they think they have power over us. But our unity is making the world shiver. We need to have that $1 billion mindset going forward as Africans, as Ghanaians, as South Africans, as Ethiopians, as Somalians, as Kenyans, as Moroccans, Egyptians, Libyans, wherever you find yourself on this beautiful continent called Africa. I'm sending you love. Nothing but love, my brother. When I see you, I see the I in me. I see that good love, powerful being in me, in you. So whatever I want, I have. I want you to also have it. We are here to leave this world and be happy. Last week, I told you guys the concept of Western civilization is a scam. We don't need Western civilization in Africa because their systems is a scam. It is evil. Like, I don't want to be in that system. I look at those systems and I'm like, how can you make systems, right, that somebody receives money after somebody is dead? Why don't you make it every birthdays? Somebody receives money on every birthday. Those are the system Pan-Africanism will bring, right? So you get money from here, you get money from there. As a matter of fact, we are going to, Africa is the most fertile land in the world. So why do we import? We are going to build 30 large-scale farms, 30 million acres each, across the continent of Africa. We have the biggest land, the most fertile. You and I, my brothers and sisters, we need to clean our rivers. How can we do that? We need to know that everywhere water passes, we need to put concrete there so that dirty water won't sieve into our clean waters. Let us put rocks underneath our rivers. It is a natural filtration system. Let us clean our waters. Water is life. Let us start from the basics upwards. There won't be anything called school fees. We are removing that word from existence. We will educate our children on their gifts. In just 10 years, I want the next African to build an aeroplane. And Bediako-Poku, I am a crazy person, right? You need to be crazy at age 3 to tell yourself you will unite Africa, to learn about Osadefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah so much, to learn about Mahatma Gandhi of India so much, right? I was on a journey. I've always known I am on a journey. And we've been co-creating with the universe. So whatever you see, the uprising, is something we started when you didn't know we knew who we were. When we were 3 years old, we knew our purpose in life. So when we went to school and you were teaching me this bullshit in school, I already knew quantum mechanics and quantum science. I already knew it. It came with me in nature, naturally. But then you go to school, they let you learn all these things. When I was at Odogono Senior High and I was doing visual arts, and I first learned of the prehistoric African, painting and drawing came because Africans were so powerful when they are going to hunt, right? You know what they do? They draw the animal on the rocks in the cave, right? And then they draw spears in the animal. They just pick an egg, they pick some leaves, they do something, they pray. Before they will go and meet that animal there. Everything, the animal can't move. All you do is cut the neck, right? They bring the meat home. So when I learned that in art, I was like, what is the science behind that? Then I began to compare our Africa spirituality with science. And the more I knew, I realized science is the African spirituality they stole from Alexandria and whatever. You see, the pyramid you see used to be the Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi. Come on, my people. We are the children of Al-Kebulan. We are the children of the sun. That is why we can stand in the sun. If they move into the sun, they die. Nature, they don't need to be here. They are a recessive gene. That is why they are clinging onto the material world. But we know this is an illusion. And we can change this in the cosmos. Be careful. Be careful coming to Africa going forward with stupidity. Be careful coming to Africa, because what we are about to do with our continent and what nature is doing, no human, not Emmanuel Macron, Joe Biden, you are little in the cosmos. You when they mention the first 1 billion powerful people in the universe, you are not part. I swear it. No. You see, why people self-identify? So although they've committed these atrocities, they still think they are righteous. And they go to places thinking people don't know who they are. We know about Iraq. We know about Saddam Hussein. We know about Libya. Now I am beginning to question everything to the extent that even Idi Amin, his story, I'm beginning to question it. Because now I know if you are lying about things I know now, what is the difference of you telling me bad stories about my ancestry? So we knew all this, and the Pan-African system is here. My brothers, the reason why you see this uprising around Africa is because we have over 1 billion Pan-Africanists in Africa and around the world. Why are you not a Pan-Africanist? Join the biggest movement. Africa will join BRICS. Now, speaking about BRICS, so Honorable Kennedy, Japan, please, in this era, we are uniting Africa. We don't need the skirmishes between. Look at just MPP. You see the fighting that is beginning. Just MPP. Then the general election will come. People will be shot dead. Not their children. No. Nowhere near their family. But you and I. The police station. What a Pan-African system the Pan-African system no neighbor. Meaning, the Pan-African system is older than the Caucasian race, ancient Kemet. And we have put it in a new form, softwares, AIs, right? System, where we are digitalizing our money. Our mothers know how to use the mobile money, right? The least thing in Ghana is gold. We don't need papers to show our worth. So my brothers and my fathers that are keeping monies in abroad, after 2023, we are about to close the borders of Africa because we are about to build it. We will bid for the 2050 World Cup. Imagine, my brothers across Africa, we're working so hard to host the 2050 World Cup. Open Africa to the world after 2050. Just imagine it. Just imagine a median age of 19 years, working working with ours, working in harmony, working in abundance. Because if your brother can afford to be on a jet ski, I should also afford. You should also afford. Let us not divide, because when we divide, that is where we become less stronger. In the Akana age, we have a saying that prior no, we bakuana utumi bumu, ukabomu aemu. 1.5, 2.5 billion black people around the world, the most populous. They need our energies to survive. Look around the world. The melanin itself makes us the richest. Because we can stand in the sun. As a matter of fact, the sun illuminates our skins. As a matter of fact, when you stand in the sun, you wash away all negative energy. Embrace the United Africa. Rome was not built in a day, always a day at a time. A Spaniard will say, Romano se hizo in un día, siempre un paso a la vez, right? A day at a time, un día a la vez, un tiempo a la vez, a time at a time. As the clock is ticking, we as Africans keep moving into our grace. We as Africans keep moving into our power. We as Africans keep moving into our abundance. Join me on the fifth dimension. Let's move into the fifth dimension. Go and check that video out. The first 30 days. Mention Obonkume Kumanana Bediako-Poku. Don't mention the ordained Crown Prince of Ghana. Just mention the name, right? 30 times on the first day that you were born. The last day, 30 times. But in the middle, within that 30 days, make sure you have mentioned it 777 times. I've put it on a frequency. It is like radio. So you see, African spirituality is technology and science, right? I have put it on a frequency. So when you do this, you move your spirits to that frequency and you match it. And whatever I know about our forefathers, 800,000 years of knowledge of the African, you are going to receive it overnight. It's free. Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's knowledge, whatever he knew is there. Tap into our ancestry and come and let's build a united Africa. In you and I, our lifetimes, we should build an Africa so much that when we are 70 years, right, we will look back and be like, wow, we said it and we did it. We learn from the past to make sure the present, we do the right things for a better future. We've learned what they've done to us. Colonization, systematic slavery. And we know if you've been friends with somebody, if you're a friend with me, and I keep hurting you, I keep gossiping about you, I will murder your children, I will do this to you, and you don't sit down and have a conscious effort to stay away from me, I will keep doing the same thing to you forever. So all the countries that participated in dividing Africa, we will remove their embassies and we are cutting ties with the West. We are about to build our continent. We will open the world, we will open Africa back to the world after 2050, right? They should come back apologizing because the heads of our ancestors are sitting in jars. It is like me going to England right now, right? Getting to the Westminster Abbey or wherever Queen Elizabeth was buried and excavating her and bringing her to Africa. Will the English be happy? Will the West be happy? So why do you think you can do that to Tutankhamun? You see, but they think their civilization is barbaric. You see, they think their way is right and they self-identify. That is why they even say that even a man can identify as a woman, right? When genetics is telling you, these are the people that we have based our civilization on. So democracy is leaving Africa. Now in parliament, nobody will go in parliament under a flag. There will be no NDC MPP. You go with your name. What have you done in your community for people to vote for you? We are going to crown king in Ghana, a crown in Ghana, or Sergeant Fumotia for repaying. All these paramount chiefs, we are going to choose 7 of those to be in the crown to make sure that Black Star Square never happens. Go to the Independence Square. I was there at the Chalewote Festival and I was looking at everything. Meanwhile, my father Kennedy Japan is fighting with Baumia over the phone. I'm like, we are in 2023. We don't need to be fighting each other. Let us champion this effort in fighting the oppressor, the person that takes 90% of our crude oil consciously. He is the enemy, not our brothers. So all the things that divides Africans, that is what Pan-African system is taking out. You are my brother. If you see me anywhere, send me love and I'll send you much love. As a matter of fact, I don't often go out. So if I go out and you see me, you tap into grace. If I go out and you see me, I tap into power. Oh, I'm not fearful when I'm going outside Ghana. No. I go anywhere. No, I go anywhere in Ghana. You can find me sometimes on the beach sitting in the sun there. You may never know it's the ordained crown prince of Ghana. But I'm co-creating with the goddess of the ocean for an abundant Africa. I said we are here to change the fortunes of Africa. And a day at a time, you and I are brothers. Love one another. Love one another. ECOWAS. The soldiers in ECOWAS, go back home. If you are going to Niger, you are going there to stand with your brothers against France. Anybody that will try and fight for the oppressor will go back to earth. Our ancestors will call them because the water will be their poison. When they breathe, their lungs will cease. I said, earth is cleaning itself of evil and of the recessive and colonial mentality. So if you want to align with colonialism, you will be gone with them. Because the kingdom of Al-Kebulan hold no prisoners. It will clean you up. My brothers, this is the time. The revolution is here. This revolution is in the cosmos. I said this is an illusion. Oh. Guys, let me give you this example. I always cite this example, right? If I close my eyes right now, it doesn't mean that there's nothing like phone. There's nothing like the color black and red and right. So if I'm a blind person, it doesn't mean this 3D version doesn't exist, right? That is the same way the universe is so abundant. Everything is energy. So the fact that you don't have a knowledge that you can grow, maybe Friday, catch me on Sunset Friday, I need to teach mudras. I'll teach you mudras. The 7 chakras, right? The root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra, the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, and your crown chakra. Now, your crown chakra is when, you see when a baby is born, normally you see that side. It's not well developed, right? That is the crown chakra. And there are signs, these fingers, we need to teach our children, man. We need to teach them to know who they are. If they know who they are, they know everything that happens in this 3D version is because of their will, not anybody's will. So we are creating a united Africa. The kingdom of Al-Kebulan is upon us, my brothers and sisters. I love you guys so much. I love you guys so much. So several countries are joining BRICS, and the whole of Africa will join BRICS, right? We need to join BRICS, not just South Africa. And UAE, the United Arab Emirates, which includes Dubai, Qatar, and a few islands, right, are joining BRICS. Saudi Arabia is joining BRICS. Egypt is joining BRICS. Argentina, the second biggest country in Southern America, has joined BRICS. So Brazil started, Argentina, before you realize all the South American countries will join BRICS, right? And BRICS offers something better. Iran has also wants to join BRICS, Ethiopia, and I said Iran, Saudi Arabia, Ethiopia, Egypt, UAE, Argentina. So the whole of Africa will join BRICS. But we will have our own currency, known as the Gaddafi dinar. My brothers, let us honor Muhammad Gaddafi. for the vision, for even speaking it into existence. Because when he spoke it, those who had ears heard him. So let us name our currency after the great man, and he will protect that currency forever. The Muhammad dinar, or the Gaddafi dinar. Let us call the African's currency the Gaddafi dinar. We need to vote on certain things. The things we will vote on will be, let's say, developing Africa. You know, we need to tunnel Africa. We need to start building subways. We need to design the entire coastal lines of Africa, right? So we need African architects start designing our trade-use designs, because we are going to build. And median age of 19 years. Ali Bongo and Bediako-Poku. If you meet the ordained Crown Prince of Ghana in a truck driving a death truck, just wave at me, right? Let us record this work that we will do, so that we show it to our children, so that when we are dead and gone, right, nobody will come and be like, oh, we did this for you. Because when they tried whitewashing Egypt or Kemet for a very long time and it didn't work, they said aliens build the pyramids. But then when you look at the line, the same place that Kemet is, right, where the Sphinx is, when you go down the line to Zimbabwe, those stones and other monuments are in line. We knew about Wi-Fi and the internet. That is how our forefathers used to communicate. So when they astral project, they talk on a frequency, and it's like Wi-Fi. It's like hotspots, right? One person opens the hotspot and everybody connects to the mind. That is African spirituality. That is what they call black magic. They know when we start doing this, they can't tell us who we are. We will co-create one. Our mind will be one. That is why they call it black magic, my brothers. So you see, they have... If you want to know how bad they hate us, right? Look at the English language. Everything black in the English language means negative. And when you teach such a language to your child from infancy, that child will grow up hating the very important thing that makes him human, that makes her a human. I hope you understand. So right from our infancy, they try to change us from that, right? But we are changing it. We won't base our children's intelligence on French, on German, on Portuguese, or any of those languages. We are removing our energies from them. I said, just the energy. If we forget about France, in just 77 years, we will go there and meet a ghost town, because nature will clean itself. I said the coldest years is about to hit Europe. And unless they bring the heads of our forefathers, unless they apologize to the black race for the atrocities they have committed around the world, if the United States is spending over $1 trillion every year creating wars around the world, can they come to you and tell you who God is? One of the stories they put in the Bible to keep killing the black man is that when Noah came out of the flood, blah, 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 he was lying somewhere naked, and one of his sons saw him, a whole bullshit story, right? And he cursed that son, and out of that son is how come black people came into existence. But you can't tell me white is dominant than black. I see it in nature. Nature teaches me everything. Darkness comes before daylight. So 12 o'clock, morning starts with darkness before sunshine. Even in a white woman, the womb is dark. Seeds needs to be in the darkness of the soil in order to grow. In black, you can get all the colors. So I know how powerful black is. I know how powerful the melanin makes me spiritually. Black people, you are a god. Look in the mirror and tell yourself you are a god. Join me on the fifth dimension frequency. Join me and tap into the same power. Me, I'm sharing everything I have on it. And I'm sharing the power. It's on the frequency. Tap into that power and create something in Africa. We are about to create. You will understand me better. You will know what I know about these people. You will know what I know about your own self. You will start appreciating who you are, because the I am in you is the I am in me. Hey, I am in you is the I am in me. Charlie, guys, it's been a pleasure having you. Share the video. Okay, Good and Bad says, no God ever existed outside of a human. Yes, God, what I will explain to that is, if you created this 3D version, you will want to experience it. So we are God experiencing it in various, we are one consciousness, right? We all come from one source. And in quantum, we know everything, right? So consciousness, one consciousness, know thyself. And this is how black people have been forever. That is why when white people came, look at this scenario. Even though we know what they've done to us, when they come to Africa, do you have bad intentions towards them? You see them and you are like, oh, white people. You don't even care. You are like, it's gone, right? It's in the past. But to them, they have never stopped. That is what we are realizing. There are so many things that happen in Africa that we think we are doing it. No, they hide behind systems to kill us, use so many systems. So the Pan-African system is wiping every system of the white man. A united Africa, the kingdom of Al-Kebula, Kemet is back, my brothers. Tap into the power. Tap into Okonfa-Notche's power. And be strong and know that these people, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for the atomic energy, because none of that can stand time. How long shall they kill our brothers while you and I will be standing there and looking? Some will say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. That book has brought us atrocities, disrespect, and we are kicking every book. Nature will teach us God, not a book. Come on, arise Africa. Viva Africa. I'm sending love to Gabon, my brothers in Gabon. Well done. Bediako-Poku. We are manifesting a united Africa. You and I. I'm dragging my brothers along with me. Any brother sleeping, those in the churches, I say I'm dragging all of you, because I know where I am sending you is better. You will love life. You will love God. You will know God better than being in that church, because whatever you are learning there, it's not who God is. If you tell me the omnipotent, the omnipresent, the God that knows the future, the God that knows everything, will want to hurt Job in such a way that he takes away his family. Imagine giving birth and raising children to be that age, only to lose your children and everything, so that God can win an argument with Satan. How low do you think of God? Hey, you humans, even you human, will you do that to your own children? Will you kill all your grandchildren so that you can give your child another set of grandchildren? Hey, so you see the God they are making you worship in these synagogues. It is that God. It is not the Af. No, he's too narcissistic. He's a murderer. No, we don't need that God. Our God is abundant. Our God is love. He will never let another man colonize you. No. Rise, awaken, open your eyes. Open your eyes. I have read the Bible and studied it 3 times. The 6 and 7 books of Moses, the book of Enoch, the 1st and 2nd Maccabees, all the books they removed from the Bible. I realize when I'm sitting beside my grandma, she's still resting in peace, right? What my grandma tells me helps me than what is in the Bible. Because come to think of it, Moses is a murderer. King David is a murderer. Have you murdered somebody before? So if not, why do you think King David can give you an accurate advice? But then there are certain things you can pick moral lessons from. That is just the Bible. It's just a book that has been manipulated to control your mind. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Bob Marley said it. I'm leaving you with grace. I'm leaving you with power. I'm leaving you with abundance. In Ghana, the Terminal 1 is given to the U.S. military. When U.S. soldiers are coming to Africa, they are coming to Ghana. Nobody searches them. When they are leaving, nobody searches them. Who made these systems? My fathers in Ghana, you are angry. You are making me angry. You are making the ordained crown prince of Ghana angry. And this anger, I am channeling it to the oppressor, not you. But make sure you stop this, the things you are doing in Africa. We are retiring everybody above the ages of 50 in public sector. Because those, our fathers, are the people that the white men can deceive easily. And we don't want them behind us, right? We want the youth of Africa. One aim. When I'm standing there, I know that when my brother is standing behind me, my brother will stand behind me. I don't want these corrupt, whitewashed Africans behind me, because they are the ones that will stab us. So we will retire them, we will build houses, we will build systems, we will put them on surveillance duties, right? Instead, so that they are on surveillance. We will put CCTV cameras on the road to control traffic. Those are the jobs we'll give to our parents. And they can, of course, pick our children up from school. They say grandma and grandchild, whilst we work hard for Africa. Operation 2050, my visions for 2050 is grace, power, and abundance. And I'm dragging every African along with me. I'm not leaving you anywhere. Okay? I'm not leaving you guys. Because if I leave you guys, I don't want you to rot. I want you to enjoy this thing called life. I want to show you, you are more than who you think you are. You are more than this body. You are abundant. You are all that there is. You are God.